Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Sanchez. I'm one of the counselors at Delaware Freshman School. I take care of letters M through last names M through Z. And Mr. Calderon, who is also part of this meeting, takes care of last names A through L. He's our other counselor. However, we always feel free to, if one is not available, you can always go to the other. And we're here. And as Mr. Cabello has mentioned, at the end of the PowerPoint that I'm going to be playing right now, we will be giving out our information as far as an email and a phone number for each of us. And as he said, this will be recorded. Just need to find my PowerPoint. Okay. My menu at the top is no. The menu at the top is being hidden by the menu of the PowerPoint of the Zoom.
If you move your arrow down, it might open it. You're trying to get to the slideshow, correct?
Yes. My arrow down. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it. Okay, here we go. Our graduation requirements. Basically, our goal is to explain the requirements for graduation and give you an overview of your child's four-year plan. And as Mr. Cabello mentioned, we're going over the four-year plan with all your students through their science classes today and tomorrow. The graduation requirements that we currently have were developed through House Bill 5. And this is probably, gosh, yeah, this is 7 years. This is going to be the 8th year, the 8th cohort that we're following these graduation plans. And basically, the summary of it is the foundation program with options for endorsements, distinguished level of achievement, and performance acknowledgements. That's what we're going to be covering today. So this is it. First, yes, we do have a foundation of 22 credits that are required for graduation. However, it is written into House Bill that upon entering 9th grade, everybody must have a four-year plan with the goal of graduating with 26 credits and with an endorsement. And then we'll talk about what it means to graduate with distinguished, and then we will talk about performance acknowledgements as well. So our foundation. Let's start with English. All students will need 4 credits. English 1, 2, 3, and any advanced course. Typically, it's English 4. Again, we're talking about foundation right now. So in the foundation plan, math, you will require 3 credits. Algebra 1, geometry, and any advanced course after geometry. Science is the same, 3 credits. Biology, IPC or chemistry or physics, and then any advanced course. Social studies as well as 3 credits. We have world history, US history, government and economics. And just so that you know, we do not offer social studies to the 9th graders. Foreign language requirements is 2 credits and it must be in the same language. The only 2 foreign language requirements that the foreign languages that we offer are French and Spanish. Students will need 1 credit of a PE, 1 credit of a fine arts, and then 5 electives. And among those electives, they will have to have 1 credit of BIM, that's called Business Information Management, and that's actually a technology credit. Now, while the class itself is not a requirement, the requirement written in House Bill 5 is that students have access to technology. And so districts have to assess how are we going to assess the students on whether or not they obtain that technology. So San Felipe Del Rio adopted the plan that we would have all our ninth graders take BIM. So that's why BIM is required for graduation in this district. And the same thing with professional communication, that's speech. It's a half a credit. We typically put it in the students' plan in their 11th grade year. Again, the speech class itself is not required, but the fact that in House Bill 5, it is written that students have to have some kind of education in communication and professional communication. And so the way we can assess it through our students is by having them required to take speech. This isn't working. It stopped working. My PowerPoint isn't working. Let's see. Okay, so that was the foundation. That's your 22 credits. The next is the requirement of an endorsement. And this is where you're going to see the 26 credits that is required for graduation. So for an endorsement, they must have the foundation, which is 22 credits, plus an additional math credit. So that means that it's 4 maths, an additional science, and that will give it the 4 science credits that we've talked to your students about, and 2 additional electives. So that would give you a total of the 26 credits. And so what is an endorsement? An endorsement is an area of study. Our first endorsement is business and industry. Then we have science, technology, engineering, and math, which is our STEM program. Public service, arts and humanities, and multidisciplinary. Our first one, business and industry. We have only CTE sequences that are offered for this endorsement. We've got architecture and construction. And under that pathway, we have carpentry, electrical trades, and HVAC. We also have arts, audio, video, technology, and communication. The 2 plans are design and multimedia arts, and this is animation. And we also have digital communications where students learn the video, how to make videos. And then we have business, marketing, and finance. So we've got the accounting and financial services, business management, and marketing and sales. Hospitality and tourism is culinary arts. We also have manufacturing, which is welding, and then transportation, distribution, and logistics. That's our automotive and aviation maintenance. Now, I do want to say that welding, automotive, and aviation maintenance, and HVAC, those are not offered until the 10th grade level. And the CTE department does use admissions criteria and to select the students that are going to go in there. And admissions criteria basically is they will look at students' grades, attendance, and discipline records in order to assess whether or not they're going to get into the class for their 10th grade year. So it's not a guarantee that they're going to get in it just because we put it into the 4-year plan. My PowerPoint stopped working again. Okay. So that was business and industry. The next one is science, technology, engineering, and math. Our first option is science. Students can take 5 classes of science, and that includes biology, chemistry, and physics, and 2 advanced science courses. The second option is technology. This is our second year in which we are offering our cybersecurity pathway. And they're going to be taking fundamentals of computer science, AP computer science principles, and digital forensics along with a senior level class. I'm sorry, I didn't put that on here, but it's important to note that AP Computer Science Principles and Digital Forensics, these are advanced courses. They are computer science classes, and the state of Texas actually acknowledges them as a foreign language. So if they successfully complete these two courses, the AP Computer Science Principles and Digital Forensics, then they will count as a foreign language, as there are 2 credits of foreign language. However, I have to note that they are difficult classes. They're advanced classes. I don't know what's going on with my PowerPoint. It keeps stopping. To finish off the science, technology, engineering, and math, option 3 is engineering. And that's our Project Lead the Way engineering program. Again, these are advanced engineering courses. And so if a child is interested in either this one or the cybersecurity, then we will be looking very closely at their math and science grades. And then the final option for science, technology, engineering, and math is option 4, which is math. So again, just like the science, it would be a total of 5 courses to include Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2, and 2 advanced math courses. The next endorsement is public service. First option is CTE. We've got education and training for a student who is interested in teaching. Health science, where we find certified nursing assistant, certified medical assistant, emergency medical technician, and phlebotomy and EKG. In this program, students will automatically be enrolled in the P-TECH Health Science Academy, and they will be required to take at least 1 dual credit class in their 11th grade year. Human services is the plan where students learn how to take care of kids in a daycare setting and learn how to, what social workers do. And then we also have law, public safety, corrections, and security. This is our law enforcement pathway. Our last option for public service is the ROTC option, which basically is 4 years of ROTC. The next endorsement is arts and humanities. Notice how this plan or this endorsement does not have CTE courses. Our options are basically taking a total of 5 social studies credits, or taking 4 credits in the same language, which is either Spanish or French, or you can do a combination of 2 and 2, 2 credits of Spanish and 2 credits of French. We also have fine arts. Students can earn 4 credits in the same fine arts area, or 2 credits in fine arts and 2 credits in a different fine arts area. And then the last one is 4 additional advanced English credits. This is in addition to the required credits already. And then we have multidisciplinary. For anybody who is really not interested in any of the other career pathways, including arts and humanities, these are the options for that student. Option 1 is 4x4. That means they would have to graduate with 4 English, 4 math, 4 science, and 4 social studies credits. Please note that even within the endorsement on the social studies requirement, it's only 3 credits. And so the 4 social studies, if a student opted for option 1 here, would have to be world geography, because right now it's not required. Option 2 is taking at least 4 advanced credits that prepare the student to enter the workforce successfully or post-secondary education. Now, you have to note that by the time you get to your junior or senior year, if you're taking 4 advanced credits to prepare a student to enter the workforce, those are the CTE courses. And if you've already gotten that far into a CTE course, then that student's gonna graduate with one of the other CTE pathways anyway, and the endorsement connected to that. And option 3 is AP or dual credit. Students earn 4 credits in AP or dual credit courses in the following areas: either English, math, science, social studies, economics. LOT is languages other than English, which means foreign language, or fine arts. Now, how do you get distinguished level of achievement? First of all, they must earn the distinguished level of achievement in order to be eligible for the top 10 automatic admission to institutions of higher education. And basically, when you look at the whole picture here, it's basically if a student is successful in Algebra 2 and they have all the other requirements for an endorsement, then they have earned distinguished. So it's 4 credits in math, which must include Algebra 2, 4 credits in science, and the remaining curriculum requirements and the curriculum requirements for at least 1 endorsement. So it's everything for an endorsement, but they have to be successful in Algebra 2. Now, performance acknowledgements. The reason I use the star to describe performance acknowledgements, because these are not required for graduation. These are the outstanding performances that your child makes within the high school years that are going to make your transcript shine. They're going to make their diploma shine by, and I'm not going to read through all of these, but basically, and it's in the handout that I had 8th grade send out to parents. Anything, any kind of outstanding performance in dual credit courses, in bilingualism and biliteracy, and by that I mean, any of the foreign language credits, some of the ELA requirements, even the TELPAS. If they have outstanding performances on the TELPAS, then they can earn performance acknowledgements. On AP exams, college entrance exams such as the PSAT, SAT, and ACT, anything where they're earning, like I said, outstanding performance will earn them a performance acknowledgement. And that's just another little star on their transcript to make it appealing to colleges and universities. And so that basically are the graduation requirements. This is our registration agenda. A couple of weeks ago, February 25th, was our virtual CTE fair. And I really hope that, and I've been mentioning that in our classroom presentations, but I really hope that you and your kids have had the opportunity to go in and view some of these career pathways so that they know what's out there. Today and tomorrow, we're doing classroom presentations. I say we because Mr. Calderon is doing 2 classes or 2 teachers, and I'm doing another 2 teachers. The 8th grade counselor, or both of them, are doing the last teacher because there's 5 science teachers. Today is our parent orientation in English. Tomorrow it will be in Spanish. And this is what registration is going to look like in a COVID world. Starting immediately after spring break on these dates, this is Monday through Thursday, that first week right after spring break, and the 29th and 30th is Monday and Tuesday, the week after that. Due to COVID restrictions, registration will take place by phone. All secondary counselors will assist in calling parents and students. They will be given a list of students to register. Please expect a call from a counselor during the day or in the evening from 4 to 7 on these dates. Now, I know that there's going to be a lot of trying to get together with the counselor because parent and student have to be present. So if your child is attending school and you're at work and you get a call during the day, then all you have to do is set up an evening appointment for the counselor to call you back, or vice versa. Maybe you have some time during the day and your child is online, and maybe there's some time during the day that would be best for you. Again, when the counselor contacts you, just tell them when the best time available it would be for you to be contacted. And so with that said, again, in a COVID world, normally we would answer questions and we would be meeting you in person. However, we'll be happy to answer any questions or concerns that you may have via email or by phone. So this is our contact. Mr. Calderon handles last names A through L. We have his email and his phone number. I'm Mrs. Sanchez. I have last names M through Z. And included here on this slide is my email and my phone number.
Before we wrap it up, let me interject for just a moment. And Liz, can you leave the previous slide up so families can capture your email and your phone numbers? Thank you. So obviously the component we're talking about right now is the classes, academics. We want to make sure that the student and that the family is well prepared for the classes that the student wants to be successful. But the high school experience, oftentimes for many students, is more than just the academic classes. You have all the different fine arts programs, you have all the different athletic programs, and by all means we encourage students to participate and interact in whatever passions they have, whether it be one of the fine arts programs or whether it be the athletic programs or even different clubs, organizations that exist. But everything is tied in together. So for example, if a student chooses to participate in a athletic program, wonderful, strongly encourage it. There's so much to be gained from being in an organization. The commitment, the teamwork, for example, if let's say football, there's so much to learn as being part of a football team, life lessons that go beyond the football field. The same thing, if a student wants to participate in band, the commitment that it takes to participate in an organization such as band is extreme. And so it teaches a student about teamwork and dedication. But it all ties in the sense that their academics have to be strong as well. And it's very unfortunate when a student can't participate in a passion that they have because they've allowed their grades to drop. So something else that you have to consider as you all have these conversations as a family, what the next year and the next 4 years are going to look like is, please remember, everyone has finite time and finite passions. And it is very possible to spread yourself too thin and not be successful at any one thing. So keep that in mind. Once you reach the high school level, what the coaches expect and what the different sponsors expect, the commitment that they expect is significant. They want a winning program. They want an outstanding program. So they're going to demand a lot from the students, as they should. And it's a wonderful experience when the students are successful, but the students also have to realize that they have to balance out whatever commitments they've placed themselves in with their school commitments as well. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. Liz, anything else that you feel needs to be said before we wrap it up?
No, I just, I would encourage you, actually just one, sorry. I would encourage you to have your child turn in the 4-year plan. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. This is, I'm going to fold back the name. This is what we're doing in class. It's a 4-year plan just similar to this. Students are to turn it in electronically, whether by taking a picture of it and emailing it or working on it on the actual Word document, saving it, and then emailing it to us. And so we haven't received, we've already done a full day of class for 4 teachers, and we haven't received very many. So please encourage your child to turn that in, because that starts as the starting point for the counselor. Because if we don't have that, then we have to have an entire conversation right before this, and it's just going to take longer. Okay? So that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all for your time. Again, this was recorded and it will be placed in the district social media outlets probably at some point tomorrow. And you all have a nice evening.
Thank you.